you can hear it, you can understand it, but if you don't take it and do something even before you understand it, then it's just you just having information, which I think people think that they really know stuff
by just gathering it
because they hear stuff. But the people that really know are the people that like have experience attached to the knowledge.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the On the PRST Podcast. On this podcast, we get with 6, 7, 8-figure earners, and we asked them what value are they contributing to the marketplace. And I had to sit down with this person who's become a mentor, friend, business partner, strategist. Yeah, you just everything. You know, she's everything. We became fast friends, and I had to literally bring her on. We did this before.
Yes.
And she just had all this rattling going on.
I don't sit still.
The audio was all crazy. But what's amazing about this time now, she has done so much more since then. So we're bringing back more value to you guys.
A lot has happened since then.
Please let me introduce the profitable Proverbs 31 woman herself, Miss Aneesa Getaneh.
Well, thank you for having me.
100%. And I can say your last name now.
Yes.
The first time I was struggling. I was like, get. So welcome to the podcast. It's an honor and I'm grateful to share this time in this space with you and, let people know more about who you are and the things that you do. But why don't we just kind of jump right into it?
Let's go. Get it.
What is a profitable Proverbs 31 woman? Like, who is that?
Wow.
Who is she?
She is pretty dope. So the profitable Proverbs 31 came from the scripture Proverbs 31, which typically people use to talk about being a wife. And as I was reading it, I was like, oh no, she was like 1% of that. And she was like this businesswoman. And she was well-rounded. And I just wanted to bring a new identity to that scripture because a lot of people go to that just for one reason. So she was a woman that was principled. She was polished. She had employees. She was an investor.
Okay.
And she was a merchant wholesaler, which we talked about that.
We did.
Yeah. That was my last thing. Like, whoa, wait, it's more to her. So I am bringing that to the market to really teach women to form their identity around these principles in business, and in life. And then I realized I'm all these P's because I'm always talking about being pretty on paper.
It's true.
Then I looked up P.
Mm-hmm.
P is like it talks about the inner spark of light and the power of speech. P stands for that, or it symbolizes that. So this is pretty interesting what we're getting into.
I think so. And the more I've come to know who you are and just the transition for the short time that we've known each other, you've done a lot. Yes. So for the people that don't know exactly who Aneesa Getaneh is, what you do, your contribution to the marketplace, the ability of how you're able to impact and change people's lives. Who are you? What do you do?
I would say at the core of who I am a woman that is highly moved by impact. So a lot of the things that I do, of course, has some money attached to it. But I'm always looking to create an impact in people's lives and transform people's lives. And so as a byproduct, I'm being paid for solving people's problems in those areas. But I would say at the core, I'm just a woman that is, I would say I'm like a little Harriet Tubman.
So you leading the way.
I'm leading the way. Exactly. Yeah, leading the way.
So so I'm gonna let you guys know. So I met Aneesa by basically renting her car on Turo, and that led to like where we are now.
We literally was talking about business when we met. It was
100%. So it needed to be. Yeah. So you were running the Turo business with your husband, right? And I was late, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I was late. And she was like, you need to hurry up. I brought the car back a little bit.
I told you that.
You need to hurry up. We're gonna charge you extra.
Did I?
Yeah, it was like $25 extra.
I'm about it, right?
Yeah, listen, she was on it. But I think what's amazing and what you guys are gonna find out, literally from that meeting and us obviously meeting on the cars. Not too long after that, you launched a whole dealership.
I did.
In 90 days.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
In 90 days.
Yeah.
And you were talking about you were leveraging that to help with some. Let them know.
So so the Turo, it started with Turo, right? And I realized what I do in business a lot is that I start something and I'm constantly searching for ways to go deeper in it, right? I do that with almost every business. So I started with credit and I was like deeper. So with the car business, I realized Turo is a good asset. You know, it's all these things, but I was like, I want to get on the other side of this. And so I did talk to my husband about it in regards to starting it, but I started to put those things in place, you know, without him fully being aware of the whole thing. And so we talked about it. We did a few of the steps. And during my pregnancy, I was like, okay, I got to get this done.
Wait, hold up. You did. So you started and delivered a dealership in 90 days
while you was pregnant. While I was pregnant, yeah.
Wow.
And so the crazy part is the inspectors came out the day I was like going into labor. So they called me and they're like, we're coming today, because they don't tell you. So I was like, okay. And I'm like having contractions. I'm like, okay, cool. So I do the walkthrough with them. They say bye or whatever, and then we get it approved. And so I always set like these super ambitious goals, and I end up like meeting them somehow. And so, yeah, that's kind of what happened. I started the dealership. Even with starting it, I started it with a large fleet. And then I realized quickly, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm the person that's like, okay with finding something out and going, oh, no, I don't want to do that. And I change it around. I think people are afraid of that. They're afraid of like looking like they didn't know what they were doing. But we find out what to do by like making mistakes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say it was
just
a
learning.
mistake.
Yeah, you're just learning.
And so I started, and then I was like, I think I want to do this online. Like I knew I was going to do, everything I do is going to be online, but I really wanted to figure out how to have less overhead. And so I take that model into all my businesses.
So what is the benefit of, let's say one of the viewers right now, they just got inspired by that idea. So what is the benefit of them wanting to start their own dealership? How can they capitalize on that?
I think the thing that I like about the dealership is that it has you on the, I would say like producing side, where you are like the profitable Proverbs 31. You're the wholesaler in a sense. You get the car wholesale and you retail it, but you are actually getting a product for wholesale and putting it out into the market. And so it allowed me to see how transactions goes with cars. And then the thing I like about it the most, if you're really trying to build your business credit and things like that, you get large numbers coming into your account monthly. You know, even if you do 5 or 6 sales, you get a large amount of money. So you can leverage that. And, you know, we talk about credit later, but just accessing more capital. So I like that you're dealing with large numbers. And I think dealing with large numbers, it makes you think bigger, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So if I buy a car for like 10,000 and I sell it for 21 or whatever, you can't think 2,000 anymore with anything.
Yeah.
So the car business kind of does that for you, I would say. I don't really see a lot of women in the car business. I don't see a lot of Blacks. And so when I go to the dealership, the dealer auction, it's always interesting. The atmosphere, it's like really tense and just, you know, and I'm just there like, you know, like, and they're looking like, what is she doing here? And so I like industries where we're kind of new to it, or, you know, we don't see a lot of us. And so,
yeah. You're really the profitable product.
Yeah, I love it.
Like you're pioneering it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So
I thought it was fascinating because you also educated me on this, as far as like when you're in that position, you get access to like auto loans and like auto capital, which is a whole nother access.
It's called a floor plan.
Yeah. So let's talk about that floor plan.
So the first floor plan that we got approved, we got $200,000.
So how does that work for people that don't understand the floor plan, and what's the difference between $200K and if you got $500K on a floor plan?
So a floor plan is not personal credit. It's not business credit. It is a car credit that's attached to your dealership. So you have to be a dealership to access it. But you can get up to $1 million the first year if you show sales. So every 90 days, they'll increase your floor plan. It's just like credit, but it's just for cars.
So okay. So let me make sure I'm understanding this right. I opened up the dealership. I got the floor plan. My first floor plan, let's say the 200K.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can leverage this to buy cars wholesale that I don't have to pay for, and then sell those cars.
Yes.
And then how long do I have to?
So they give you about 90 days.
So I got 90 days to
sell
sell it, and then
exactly.
And then
so you have fees and things like that. So you want to sell it as quickly as possible. So there are ways now. Like there's a traditional car dealership way that's just been the model.
Yeah.
But it's a new market. Like there's ways to do it online where you're not just like trying to just sell cars. You can do it online. You can get a currency commitment. Down payment for people that know what kind of car they want. You go out and get it.
And you find it for them.
Yeah. So there's ways to do
like
it
this
now.
Lambo you're going to find for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen.
Yes.
It's coming.
Get in position, right?
Yeah.
So you got to know what it takes.
What up, y'all? It's Brennan Boy, and I want to tell you all about the TMT Wealth Club. Now, this Wealth Club, it's a mastermind that's going to help you get to the next level. So maybe you want to learn about the rental game. Maybe you want to learn about how to buy businesses. Maybe you want to learn about how to get your personal credit and your business credit structured properly. Maybe you want to learn about business funding. Maybe you want to learn how to actually put a funnel together, or why you actually need continuity money. Well, we're going to help you in your business and also give you business accountability to get you to the next level. And every single week, you're going to have access to a different 6, 7, or 8-figure earner to level you up. So what is it to debate, right? What is it to even think about? What you want to do is click that link below, join the TMT Wealth Club, and get access to this information every single week to level you up and take you to the next level. All right? I'll see you in the group.
So that's what I like about it, is that you have this credit. It's not personal credit. It's not business credit. They literally just leverage your personal credit, meaning to see if you have any derogatory.
So is it PG in it at all?
It's PGing it, but
it's
your
like a
dealership,
look. It's like a look.
It's a look.
Yeah.
They want to see what's going on.
They want to make sure you set up proper.
Yeah, but you are kind of PGing it, but it's not attached to that business credit.
Yeah.
Too. It doesn't show up on that.
So now you have your floor plan.
Yes.
Access, business credit access,
and your personal.
And then your personal.
Exactly.
And then literally, like, if you're using your business credit and or your floor plan, your personal's straight.
You don't need to touch it,
at all.
I always say, like, keep your personal on autopilot. Like, just pay your regular bills. Don't use your business credit to pay your personal bills. Just put your personal bills on autopilot. My way of doing business, and everybody does it differently, I try to keep my personal expenses really low. My business expenses could be more, but my personal is just low.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. And I just focus solely on business.
Okay. So, we got to kind of switch the topic.
Go ahead.
We talked about a little credit a little bit. So I think it's a great segue. I want to talk about business credit.
Okay.
And I want to talk about how you set it up.
Yes.
Right? The pretty on paper, the pop.
Right, the pop.
The pop way.
Right.
All right. I want to talk about that because you and I had conversations, and if people are just looking for business coaches, credit coaches to help them with, there's certain ways that it's taught, right?
Yes.
The tiered system and
which I hate.
In certain
I hate it.
certain vendors, right? And people have success with that.
It's a waste of energy.
So that's what I want to talk about, right?
Okay.
So why don't we have a quick little masterclass inside of the podcast?
Let's do it.
What's the pop way?
So the pop way is, I don't want to teach someone how to build business credit outside of their personal credit, if that's really what it takes ultimately to get to the capital. Like, as a business coach, you don't teach people how to start a business without teaching the foundation. Credit is the foundation. Like, they're going to check your credit. Even if it's in a trust and all that stuff that people are talking about, you still need to make sure that your personal credit. And then it's difficult to scale if your personal expenses are like crazy and you owe these debtors or whatever. So it's always good to get your personal credit together, and then make sure that your business structure is good so that you can go to any bank and get access to capital. The good thing about having business credit, or even starting the business account, is that after 2 years and you're building a relationship with the bank, you not only get access to business credit, but then you can go into like equipment loans and things like that. So there's there's different levels, but you have to like get started. And you can't even get access to an equipment loan if you have bad credit.
100%.
So it's like, why are people teaching, you can do it without your social? It's like, just teach it right. Like, I'm not going to spend my time on net 30 accounts if I can just spend time getting my personal credit together. It doesn't make sense.
So is that a whole mindset shift? Because what if somebody right now, let's say somebody right now is on that path. They're like, yeah, I get my net 30s. I'm on my tier 1. I'm going to get my vinegar, going to get my gas card
That's
situation.
for another client. I just want people that don't want quick results. Yeah. I want longevity. So I always look for people that are looking for longevity in everything. So if they want like the quick, not in my name type of stuff, go to somebody else.
So how long is it?
But I always teach leverage. So you might have a partner. If you have a partner in the business and their credit is good, leverage their credit. And then you guys get access to business credit. So it's about leverage, but I'm not teaching shortcuts.
So everyone's situation is different. Everyone's path is different. But if you could give like roundabout an average for someone to set up, using that the pop way versus the tiered way, how long would it take?
Well, I can't really speak on the tier way because that's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't even teach it, right? I do teach them to get some of those vendors because they're good. Like I use Quill for my school, but I don't rely on Quill to report. You know what I mean? It's just like, I have it. But if you can have your score at a 680, you can have about 6 open and active, not just 6 accounts. We don't count your collections as an open account. So 6 open and active accounts. So that could be revolving or installments. That could be personal loans, student loans even count in that. And then you have like over 5 years of credit, less than 3 inquiries, and 30% of your credit limit on each account. That's kind of like what the business, that's kind of what they're looking for. Anything under that is better, like 10% of your utilization, any of that is better. But what they're basically looking at is, can you manage your personal side? We're going to give you like 3 times what you have on your personal, but are you managing that? So that's kind of the mindset around business credit, And so I would like to teach that. I would like to teach people the mindset behind it. It's not just like getting in position, getting in place, because after you get it, you still need to have that same mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like setting people up for failure. It's just kind of like, let's start at the beginning, understand the basics, and then keep moving. You can scale faster. I think that once you understand the basics, you can see more opportunity. But if you're constantly just trying to get the shortcut, you miss all this abundance,
I hear that.
So so I don't teach tier. I don't know. I do know a lot about it, but because it's not my thing, I don't really talk about it. Yeah. It's just a waste. It's a waste of energy to me. It's like, put the energy towards what's going to last long.
So one of the things I also learned from you is like the LLC structure and strategy, right? And how you can have one LLC, but you can have multiple opportunities to get credit against it, or you can also open up different LLCs for different aspects of your business and get access to 2, 3, 4, 5 times credit. I think some business owners, entrepreneurs, or what have you, they may only focus on, okay, I got one LLC, I got one business bank, I got one credit.
Well, then you only have one relationship.
Yeah. So talk about the relationships.
So that's how I teach it with the whole pretty on paper concept. I talk about how we have to look, pretty on paper for the banks, attractive to them, right? So if you're just in front of one bank, they can only give you so much, right? But if you get in front of more banks with your paper and you show them what you're able to do.
So you can be pretty for multiple banks?
I mean, get on the stage and just get pretty. Yeah. So it's a couple of ways to do it. Say, for example, if you have a catering service, right? You can have I just met with somebody today. They have a catering service, right? But then you have a food truck. Well, that food truck could be another LLC. The catering business could be another thing. And then that person decides they want to coach people in that space. Well, that's 3 different services.
So the coaching consultant, the catering truck,
and then the catering business
and then the catering business itself. Because you got the mobile, but then you also got
because some people do, like I've learned, people do catering where they deliver food to kids and they get contracts from the government and all that. Yeah, that's completely different from. So there you have 3 LLCs. I don't just teach, get all these LLCs. Like we have to make sure that we have them. We do taxes on them. Like
it's structured properly.
Yeah. Like I know that we've been taught during the pandemic some things. But
couple things,
right? But you want to make sure that you're compliant so that you can have longevity, like I said. So if you have, I typically teach clients, they have like 5 streams of income from one company.
Yeah, which I think is remarkable. Yeah, but
but it's there.
people don't think that they don't think that that's an option.
Yeah.
Like I thought like that for a while.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. I had different businesses. I'm like, all right, we got an LLC for this one.
Yeah.
Maybe this one. One relationship. But you can leverage everything.
You really can. And it's just about being strategic, making it make sense and thinking long term. So I always start with the end in mind. How much do I really want to make? I had a client. She was a celebrity hairstylist here in LA, and she was making a lot of money just doing hair. She was booked, but she was really tired. And so I saw that she didn't offer anything to her clients.
Other than just the service.
Just the service. Like she knows how to do wigs. She knew hair extensions. She had natural hair care, like all these different things. We sat down and I found 5 streams that she just did not offer to her clients.
She just didn't see it.
Right. Well, she had a 2-year plan to retire. We met before the pandemic. So it was before we thought anything was going to happen. Pandemic hits. She hits her goal in 6 months. She retires and she starts an academy. And so now she moved, she's in another state, making LA money somewhere else. And she's making all this passive income from the 5 different streams that we saw. She stopped doing hair.
Yeah.
It's like
crazy.
She gave up a lot of money, but then she's making more on the other end. So I think having someone to see outside of your frame is important. I am not a hairstylist, but I could see what she needed. So people go, well, you're not a hairstylist. You're not in the industry. No, I don't need to know the industry. I just know business.
Yeah.
So,
and strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's a good one, right? So just segueing on to being open to new information, being open to coaching, being open
being
to
coachable,
I was going to say also being coachable.
She was a celebrity here. Like, what could I tell her?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, whoa, okay, we can do this. I'm like, yeah, you can do this. She bought a G-Wagon and everything. She did a lot. She's doing
moving.
She's moving. Yeah.
So what about that? So you have a coach?
I do.
Right. And your coach ain't cheap?
No,
right?
He's not.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah. Someone investing or getting around someone that can show them a different way to look at things, open up different opportunities, and then actually investing in that and paying to get access, being in a room and receiving new information.
Yeah.
Why is that so important for us to continue to do?
Because I think that we have to constantly, move in places where someone either thinks differently than us, or maybe they're getting information from another place that we probably didn't think to get it first. I think there's a lot of power in proximity. So just knowing someone that has, some stuff I absolutely don't know. Like, you're always saying all these things and I'm like, what are you talking about? What is that? Right? So it's like a, iron sharpens iron type of thing. But I think it's important to keep surrounding yourself with people that are constantly investing in themselves. This is a difference, right? It's a difference between, and I tell people this because we have these things that we've been saying during the pandemic, like get in the room.
Get in the room.
Get in the room, yes. But if you don't have the right mindset, you still won't take away from the room what you need.
Yeah.
So you need to have
you don't know what you're getting
you don't
from
even
the room.
know. Like, you're clueless. You're just so enamored with the environment. And so I don't really care about getting in the room if the room is not going to help me become. You know what I mean? Like,
what is that? What is
meaning
that?
Like, I'm there to be intentional about connecting with the people that will bring value. And then also to learn what it is I don't know, because I don't know what I don't know. But sometimes when you're in a space where people are doing more than you, that could be either in becoming or in money, you can pick up vicariously through them, like what is the next step or what to do, right? So I go to, Myron does like...
we talk about Myron Golden.
And yes, that's my mentor, yeah. So we go to his in-person, and what I get from that is I'm learning how to be by watching him and seeing the result of what he does.
Yeah.
He can tell me, but now I see it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do.
I felt that because when he was at Neo's Mastermind in Atlanta, and he did a repitch. That was the first time I actually, I've seen repitches before, but that's the first time I actually knew that it was a repitch.
Right.
Because I didn't, like you see it, you're like, he just did his whole thing.
Right.
But now I had the frame.
Right.
I saw the frame.
Right.
And then also I saw Neo also pitch. And then I saw the result of the pitch. And then I'm like,
and the amount that they made was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was like almost like 5 M's. It was like four. Yeah.
It's crazy.
5 million from the stage in
right.
like 4 hours.
Right. And so to see that, it's not just about being like, so if you're in the room and you're just like, oh, I'm around all these IG people, which for me, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, except for you, I'll be like, oh, it's Aneesa.
Whatever. But for me, that's nothing because numbers, if it doesn't, for me, my principle, if it doesn't equate to impact, it doesn't mean anything to me. Right. And so it doesn't mean nothing to just be in the room. I think it's about being in the room and learning what you need to learn to become, and then connecting with the people that you can equally give value to.
Yeah.
Where you're not just like, so what do you do? And trying to figure out what they can do for you. It's a equal exchange.
Yes, equally yoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I think is good about that. Getting a mentor, it gives you access to people that are attached to them. And then you have people that that may benefit from the information you're learning. So it's just like this circle, or this cycle that happens. And having a group of people who are constantly growing means that every year you're going to look different. Yeah,
for sure.
This podcast will not look like next year.
It ain't going to look like next month.
It's not going to look like next month, but that's what it should be. Mm-hmm. Like my interview doesn't look like.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
But it's changing. Right. So it's because you're growing as a person. You're being intentional about giving value, but you're also making sure that you continue to invest in yourself. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. And I think one of the keys, if you guys didn't pick up on it, is when you pay, literally paying does more for you than it does for the other person as well.
Yeah. It expands. It's like building a muscle or, something like you can't unsee or undo what you like. It's just expanding of your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, oh, wait. Oh, wow. So my first coach was $30,000, and when I paid, I was like, how am I going to pay this person?
Well, I remember paying my first coach was $5,000.
He was like,
he was like, yes, it's only $5,000. I was like, I was sweating.
Right.
I was like, I need this. Right. We're going to figure it out. Right. But I mean.
But think about, what were you going to spend that money on?
I mean, foolishness.
Exactly. So we say we
nothing,
need it. Right.
Or just would have held tight to it,
So, So I think, the 30,000, now I don't even my prices have gone up, right? Because I realized, oh my gosh, you're giving too much value. Mm-hmm. And I know what I'm exchanging. So even the 30,000 is just not a number that is hard for me to say anymore because I actually invested that. But Myron says this, you can't charge what you're not willing to spend.
Yeah. And if you really look at it, we're talking about $30,000 and that's over 12. Is that 12 months of time? How much time is that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's less than $3,000 a month.
It's well, in this market, it's a Honda. And Hondas are more than that right now.
Yeah. But the Honda, I was going to say the Honda's not making you money, but the Honda can make you money. It can definitely make you money.
It can make you money.
But having a mentor or coach.
But the Honda doesn't speak back to you.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You're not going to get the same type of value from the Honda that you would if you invest in a coach that could take you to the next level.
And I think coaching, if I talk about it in the car space, it appreciates.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't depreciate. Yeah. So it's not like after it ends, it's like you've gained a relationship, you have these new people, and it continues to grow. If you grow. Yeah. But if you stop growing, Yeah. So it's better than a car, I would say.
I agree with you.
I mean, I'm in the car business, but still. It's Now, the cars that do appreciate is the G-Wagon and the Tesla.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Lambos.
In the Lambos.
I got to throw it in there because she always getting at me with the Lambos and stuff. We got to do a piece of content about that.
Yes, we do.
So we touched on, coaching, right?
Yeah.
Paying more to get in the room to get access, building relationships.
Absolutely.
The floor plan, which is, I still don't.
We haven't even really, that's
the floor plan is crazy because it's like a secret, it's like extra credit.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Talked about that. Talked a little bit about, the profitable Proverbs 31.
Yes.
So what do you currently have going on that people can tap into? Because I definitely want to talk. Well, let me just mention something real quick.
Yeah.
Right. married.
Yes.
How many kids? 5?
5.
5 kids.
Yes.
No excuses. Show up. How many businesses?
I don't even know now.
She got umpteen businesses.
Yeah.
Right?
They all kind of intertwine with each other though, you know.
But how what is the mindset behind you consistently executing, not making excuses, managing everything that you have and still making it work?
I think I love what I do. I love seeing results. So in order to see results, I have to keep working to get it. You know, it's like a trainer or something, right? You have to keep showing up.
Yeah, you gotta keep showing up.
So I love results. I love to see people transform. I love to see my transformation. I'm like really addicted to growth. Like I'm like, you know, what can I do next? What can I do next? And so even with my business, I'm always looking at how to change it. I'm never looking at staying the same. You know, there's things that do stay the same, you know, that are just the foundation of it. But I'm always looking to expand it. So I think that's just how my mind works.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like I have all these businesses, but really I start with one and I keep like stepping out more and offering more services or giving more value in a different way and bringing more products in or more services. So that's kind of how I look at things. And I want them all to be like, I want to be integrated vertically on a lot of my businesses where they all kind of like, I can remarket to the clients that I have already.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's kind of how I look at business.
Yo, that's crazy. Look, I'm going to call you right back. Guys, look, I just got the phone with one of my clients. She just told me she just had her first 5K day. But what's crazy about that is she only wanted to make 5K in a month. She did it in a day. There's so many more days left in the month. She's easily going to have a 20K month. But what about you? Do you want to make 10K in a month, 20K a month? How about 30K in a month? And what if I told you don't have to do it all by yourself? I will literally help you get there. So look, let me give you some sauce real quick. You only need 4 offers, right? You need a lead generation offer, a continuity offer, a core product offer, and also a high ticket offer. These mix of offers will help you easily get to 5-figure months. So what is there to think about? What is there to even hesitate about? Don't wait, don't hesitate. What you want to do is join my 4-month mentorship. It's called the Authority Builder. We're gonna help you build your brand and also scale your business. So click that link below, man, all right? I'll see you in class.
Was it Eric Thomas or Myron? It might have been both of them that might have said this, but it might actually been Myron. But basically, when you come to the marketplace and you're solving a problem. You know that is going to create other problems that you can solve.
Yeah, Myron said that. Yeah.
Right? Consistently.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
you use the iPhone reference. You're talking about I got the iPhone.
Now you need a case.
Now you got the apps. You got to buy the apps. Now the case and the screen protector and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's basically what you're doing with that.
That is, and I didn't realize that. But yeah, so that is kind of like the idea. So, you know, I have a CNA school, but a lot of them are trying to get a job. So we are doing job placement. Some of them don't have a car. And then we do taxes. So it's like this.
Yeah, you're getting them with literally everything that they do.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and there's probably more I'm not thinking about at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, credit.
We're going to need a post show for all her businesses.
But yeah, I mean, even with the first day of the CNA class, I talked to them about credit, you know, and I can do that because it's my school.
Yeah, definitely.
It's my canvas.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just how I look at business. It's not really like, I'm like, ooh, what's the next? That's just kind of like, I'm always thinking of ways to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as we're about to wrap up.
Yes.
Got to hit you with some questions.
Okay.
Final questions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. What are like some of the books that you would recommend out there? Maybe 2 or 3, maybe some gems, maybe something new that people can grab.
Okay. So I love Motivation Manifesto. I think I told you that one before. Like I literally will open that book up any place and I'll be like, oh, you know. There's another book called BS Marketing or something. No
BS Marketing.
No BS
Dan
Marketing.
Kennedy, that's the godfather.
Yes. So marketing.
Direct response marketing.
Affluent. What's another book I just picked up? I'm actually listening to an audio by Jerry Clark right now. Do you know about Jerry Clark? He's Myron's mentor.
Okay.
I got a whole nother level. All
right.
He has a audio called The Color of Magic.
Okay.
Really good. Like I had to listen to it over and over.
Okay.
The Bible, because a lot of my principles that I've always, like I'm a pastor's daughter. So a lot of my principles that I've learned as a child are now coming back up.
Yeah, you can see them differently.
I see them differently. So I use the Bible to be able to reference the things that I'm doing now and kind of give context to the principles that I teach. So,
all right. So I know you already have a school.
Yes.
But if you were going to do a new school,
which I am.
Right. All right. New school.
Yes.
And this new school is for young people.
Okay.
What are some of the 2 or 3 principles the school would teach the young people?
I think the first thing is to teach kids, because I remember someone saying something about if your kid can't listen to an adult, they can't be employable or something like that. I don't want to teach people to be employable because it just teaches them to be on. But I want to teach people, I want them to be coachable. Teaching kids to remain curious. And never think that you have arrived somewhere. Because you go think about when we graduate. They're like, well, I did it. What did you do? You just finished this part.
Yeah.
And people that, have a graduate degree, right? But I never stopped learning. So I think the educational system teaches that you have arrived. So I would teach them to be coachable, to stay curious, and there is no arrival point. It's just constantly evolving and stages of your growth. So
that's really good.
Is that 3?
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
So there's normally another question to ask.
Okay.
But I kind of want to switch it up.
Okay.
On you on this one. Let's talk about execution real quick.
Okay.
And excuses.
Yeah.
How if you were going to share with someone to help them show up.
Yeah.
Consistently. Mm-hmm. What's a strategy, a mindset hack, something you can help people show up more consistently?
Well, I always start with me because I'm listen, I have every reason to say I can't do something. A lot of people with kids, they're like, I want to do this when my kids grow up. I want to, and so I always use myself as an example. I just had Alleluia. I had her, and then 2 weeks later, I was back at the office. Not because I had to be. I just really loved what I did. And I just I got to get out of here. I got to get out this house. But in regards to execution, I think one of the things I ask people is, if you don't move right now, are you going to be happy with the person you're going to be next year? Another thing that I talk about is being so intentional about growth that you disagree with who you were last year.
Or last night.
Last night. Yeah. I mean,
last night.
Listen, okay, I didn't like who that person was. So that's kind of what I talk about. Who I was last year, I don't agree with her now.
Yeah.
We think differently.
That's fire.
And so those are kind of the things that I talk about. But even with that mindset, you can hear it, you can understand it. But if you don't take it and do something even before you understand it, then it's just you just having information, which I think people think that they really know stuff.
By just gathering it.
Because they hear stuff. But the people that really know are the people that have experience attached to the knowledge.
I like that.
Yeah.
I got something from that.
You did?
That was fire.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. that was really good. Okay. So how can they get in contact with
me?
The Profitable Proverbs 31 women.
I'll be ducking.
How can they work with you? What do you have to offer?
So what I have to offer now, by the time this podcast come out, I'll have the online course complete. So that'll just teach people about credit and business credit. You can always
and that's a DIY?
Yes,
okay.
It is a DIY. And then the other way to work with me is coaching. And then we're moving into an elite program, which I don't have anyone there yet, but we'll be doing some real estate investment. So they're going to learn all the stuff about credit, business credit, and then I'm going to show them where to actually put their money. So
that sounds like a fire offer.
Yes. So, but that's separate too, right? That's just the coaching on the pretty on paper side, right? But then I have the CNA school, which I have all intentions on expanding around the United States. So if someone wants to start a school, completely different program from the other coaching because it's very specific. So that one, you don't have to be a nurse to start that one. But I do have 2 different coaching programs. And one is just the coaching with a business that you want to start and helping you scale that. And then going after you make the money, or you just go, hey, I have this money. I don't know what to do with it. Let's go into the elite program. And then we can invest in real estate.
I like that.
So, and then the school.
And the dealership, you teaching that or what? What are you doing? You ain't teaching that?
I am going to do a 1-day masterclass with my mentor on that.
Yeah.
I am doing that, teaching people how to start the dealership. understanding, what it is that they're actually getting into. So I am going to do that. Every business I have, I do want to teach people how to start it. So yeah.
So guys, look, if you're looking to tap in to learn all these amazing strategies from the profitable Proverbs 31 woman herself, I mean, what about profitable 31 men?
Well,
we gotta get the women right.
We gotta get the women.
Because that story you told me, you know what I'm saying,
about
they hail at the house.
Exactly.
And yeah.
So we got to start with the women. It's really, I'm attacking the identity of women. I mean, like, if we are bombarded with this, whole ratchet culture, which is, hey, if that's you, that's cool.
Yeah, but you could be ratchet and profitable.
But you need some, you need some identity attached to
that's
it.
What's up.
So yeah, we are putting together a group and a book club and things like that, and people can choose how they want to do business with me after that. But I am teaching the principles in my coaching program and also in the book club that we're going to start.
So guys, make sure you tap into Miss Aneesa Getaneh. Maybe you got to fix your credit. Maybe you want that dealership. Yes. Maybe you want that 12-month mentorship, or maybe you just want to start from the book.
Yeah.
Definitely want to make sure that you look at the link below, tap in with her on Instagram. Yeah. What's the Instagram?
I am Aneesa Getaneh.
How do you spell that for the people?
I am ANEESA GETANEH.
Amazing. It's been another episode of the On the Pursuit Podcast. You guys make sure that you become, right? We want you to become.
Yes.
Don't be like who you were last night or last year, because that's not where you want to go. We appreciate you guys. We see you on another episode.
Yes. Peace.